Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students, this is Dr. Shagufta Andali, Professor of Zoology, University of Education. I'm here to teach you the course of Zoology and Paleontology. Today's topic is evolution of elephant. Gomphotherium used to live 27 million years ago in Africa. This genus dispersed probably around 20 million years ago into Indian subcontinent, around 18 million years ago into Europe, and 16.5 million years ago into northern and eastern Asia and North America. In the Old World, it was replaced by Tetralophodon about 11 to 12 million years ago. It has downward directed upper tusks and flattened lower tusks. It is trilophodont, and the third molar has more lobes, initially 4 in the lower third molars. Premolars shed after a short use. Next is Coerulophodon. The genus name Coerulophodon derives from the pig-like teeth, which have additional cusps and crenulated enamel. They are Trilophodon, while the third lower molar has 4 lobes. The upper tusks are large, while the lower incisors are reduced. The mandibular symphysis elongated. The oldest is known from the Indian subcontinent, and there is no record from Africa suggesting the possibility that Coryolophodon may have originated in the Indian subcontinent from Gomphotherium and subsequently dispersed into Africa. Recently from Iran, it has been recovered with the tusks which are oval to circular in cross section, lacking enamel band, and strongly curved and double twisted and turns inward at the tip from the late Miocene. This is the sketch of Coerulophodon, and this is the molar tooth, and this is the skull with tusks. Amebelodon belong to subfamily of the Gomphotheridae. Their most typical characteristic is the enlarged and widened lower incisors with tubular dentine, which have been compared to a shovel. They have smaller upper tusks, and they were trilophodont. They have third molars that are moderately elongated with 5 or more lobes. The Archaeobelodon lived in Europe and northern Africa during Miocene, and it lived for 0.9 million years approximately. On one hand, this genus has distribution in Africa and Europe, and however, it is not considered to have given rise to other shovel tuskers. On the other hand, the validity of this genus is doubted. Protenancus lived in Miocene. It is the next most primitive genus which dispersed into the Indian subcontinent, but at the same time it may have dispersed into northern Asia. Due to intensive competition with Platybelodon based on similarities in their mandibular morphologies and dental microwear patterns, it disappeared from East Asia by late Middle Miocene. This is the sketch of Platybelodon. It has shorter and more robust symphysis with extremely wide incisor. In America, it evolved into Rhinobelodon, which is similar but with a still more robust symphysis. It was large and herbivorous. It lived during the Middle Miocene epoch in Africa, Asia, and Caucasus. Amebelodon is a genus of extinct proboscideans belonging to family Amebelodontidae. It is shovel-tusker. It is a group of proboscideans related to the modern elephants and their close relative mammoth. Cerbelodon is an extinct genus of proboscidean. It had tusks and a trunk. It lived in North America during Miocene epoch. It was closely related to Amebelodon. During mid-Miocene, due to climatic optimum conditions, dispersal and interchange of the proboscidean fauna occurred. As part of the Procedian datum event, at least 6 proboscideans dispersed out of Africa. As mentioned before, global temperatures were higher in Eocene but started to decrease. During the Middle Miocene, broadly between 16 to 17 million years ago and 12 to 14 million years ago, there was a reversal of this trend which ended with so-called mid-Miocene crisis when temperatures dropped again. Proboscideans that reached northern Eurasia during the mid-Miocene climatic optimum were probably all browsers, but they evolved and adapted themselves to the environment and flourished during some time. However, most became finally extinct in relation to climatic change. They failed to adapt themselves. African proboscideans were not capable of dispersing into higher latitudes until they evolved different feeding strategies. American gomphotheres dispersed into America, where it survived much longer than in the Old World and gave rise to a number of genera. These are all forms with low-crowned trilophodont anterior molars and simple third molars that are not much elongated. Eubelodon is extinct genus of gomphothere which lived in North America during Miocene epoch. It contains a single species, Eubelodon morelli. It had a superficially elephant-like appearance with a trunk and tusks. Gnathopelodon is an extinct genus which is endemic to North America, and it includes species that lived during the middle to late Miocene. It is also known as sister group to modern elephants. Rhynchotherium is similar to Gomphotherium but differs in having lower tusks that are laterally compressed and that may have enamel bands. It is a genus of advanced gomphotheres known from Upper Miocene Pliocene strata of the New World. It is mostly recognized by its lower jaw, which has sharply downturned symphysis and an enamel band on the lower tusks. It is endemic to North America and Central America during Miocene through Pliocene. It lived for approximately 10 million years. Stegomastodon. It lost its lower incisors and acquired short symphysis. Its skull or face became shortened. Its molars became heavily wrinkled enamel with small additional curves, suggesting that it became a grazer. It is an extinct genus of gomphotheres. Its range spread through North and South America. In Cuvironeus, there was reduction of the lower incisors and shortening of the symphysis and face. It had large upper tusk with twisted enamel bands, and it was a browser or mixed feeder. None of these genera have molars with high crowns, but the molars were with wrinkled enamel, and this animal initially evolved in North America about 10.3 to 10.2 million years ago. Cynomastodon is late gomphothere from China with a mixture of primitive buenodont and trilophodont. It has some advanced characters like lacking of lower incisors and short mandibular symphysis. It was an endemic species reported from early Pleistocene from Java. Tetralophodon lived in late Miocene and early Pliocene about 2.5 million years ago. It is advanced over Gomphotherium in being Tetralophodon. Third molar is more complex and lower tusk is reduced. Symphysis is still long, and it is generally believed to have evolved from Gomphotherium. Later on, Anancus replaced Tetralophodon in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Anancus lived in late Miocene to lower Pleistocene in Asia, Africa, and Europe. It is more advanced and maybe even Pentalophodon. Its upper tusks are immense and mandibular symphysis is shortened. It was abundant in East Africa but disappeared there very soon. In North Africa, which maintained different vegetation, it survived until around 1.5 million years ago. It became extinct worldwide after about 1.8 million years ago, around or after a time when the climate is believed to have become colder and arid. The Proboscidean datum event was triggered by glaciations on Antarctica, basically. Glaciation on the northern hemisphere allowed the Great American Interchange. However, this was not the first time that a glaciation on the northern hemisphere occurred. Around 11 million years ago, possibly for the first time, extensive terrestrial glaciers formed on the northern hemisphere on. At that time, some very important faunal exchange between North America and the Old World occurred. Stegotetrabelodon is a large tetralophodon. Its most characteristic feature is that it consists of two long and straight tusks in the lower jaw inserted in a long, narrow symphysis. This is long, narrow symphysis. The incisors have large round section and there are also two long, straight upper incisors. It is recognized in Africa and Arabia. Some have large lower tusks and others have none and narrow elongated symphysis. It is believed that it represents polymorphism, but that is still doubted. Stegorophodon lived in Miocene and Pliocene. The skull is shortened and upper tusks are huge. Lower tusks are generally absent and the anterior part of the mandible is shortened. The ridges or plates of the cheek teeth are well developed and increased in numbers. The molars of some forms became high crowned. There are many dwarfed endemic species on the different islands of Japan, Philippines, and Indonesia. Stegodon is the member of subfamily Stegodontini. It is a genus of primitive African and Asiatic Pliocene and Pleistocene mammals that have molar teeth with relatively broad enamel ridges and little cement. It is intermediate between elephants and mastodons. Some of the oldest specimens are relatively bunodont, but at an early stage the cusp and cusplets became arranged in transverse ridges. The skull is still long and low, but at a very early stage the lower tusk became much reduced. It is assumed to have arisen from Stegolophodon. Primaeliphas lived 5 million years ago in Den forest in Africa. It has tusks both in upper and lower jaw. There was increased number of molar ridges, due to which it was capable of grinding up rough vegetation. The trunk was longer than that of Gomphotherium. The most primitive, due to having very low crowned molars with a limited number of thick plates. It is considered to be ancestor to Elephas and Mammuthus, but not to Loxodonta, which is believed to have evolved from Stegotetrabelodon. In the more recent analysis, Primaeliphas is in a more basal position than Loxodonta. Mammoths differ from other elephants in the shape of their skull and in the strongly curved and twisted tusks being placed close together and diverging little at the bases. It was seen as a direct descendant of Primaeliphas, more closely related to Elephas or to Loxodonta. During evolution, hypsodonty, plate number, and lamellar frequency increased. The oldest species is the African subplanifrons, which gave rise to Africanivus. Around 3.2 million years ago, there is a faunal turnover in Europe, which probably related to climatic change. It may be the time when Mammuthus raminus arrived in southeastern Europe. It was a grazer probably, and its dispersal further into Europe may have been blocked by a forested environment in Central Europe. Mammuthus meridionalis did not only disperse into northern Asia, but around 2.6 million years ago, it also reached North America, where it evolved into local subspecies Mammuthus columbi. Later, Mammuthus primigenius dispersed from Asia into North America and replaced the previous species. It was a cold adapted species with dense pelage and small ears. At the end of the last ice age, its range contracted in Siberia and the species number dropped. This is the mammoth. Cheek teeth of Loxodonta have high crowns contrary to the other elephantini. It has rhomb-shaped lobes which are very thick. The primitive species Loxodonta odorata and Loxodonta exoptata are recognized. The morphology of the dentition suggests that it is a specialized grazer. Around 1.8 million years ago, the genus disappeared from East Africa but survived in North and South Africa. Loxodonta atlantica may have become again a browser, and when it dispersed into East Africa at the end of the Pleistocene, it may have maintained this habit. Some consider that smaller Loxodonta cyclotes is a different species, but most consider it as a subspecies. The earliest representative of Elephas is Elephas nematensis. It had low crowns and low number of plates. It may has given rise to the lineage of Elephas rechi, which consists of a sequence of species or subspecies covering more than 4 million years ago. Elephas accurensis is believed to have given rise to Elephas planifrons, which dispersed into southern Asia. In Pakistan, it is recorded in the strata with ages from 3.3 to 2.7 million years ago. This is still a primitive form with low crowns, low lamellar frequency, and thick enamel. After 2.7 million years ago, it is replaced by Elephas hyssodricus, having higher crowns, higher lamellar frequency, and thin enamel. Elephas hyssodricus may have given rise to Elephas hyssodynticus in Java and Elephas maximus on the mainland of southern Asia. Later on, Africa isolated again by increasing aridity in the Middle East and Sahara. For a long time after the mid-Miocene, no proboscideans dispersed out of Africa, but around 3.2 million years ago, two dispersals occurred. Mammuthus dispersed to northern Eurasia and Elephas planifrons to Indian subcontinent. These dispersals may have been possible because these proboscideans became adapted to grazing in Africa, which made it possible for them to disperse across the Middle East and, in case of Mammuthus, into more seasonal higher latitudes. The Middle East had probably a drier climate, and in seasonal climate, it is more difficult for a browser to survive during the winter. Due to this increasing aridity, the faunal exchange between Africa and Eurasia decreased and became more selective. Hunting and other human activities and climate change or combination of all these factors resulted in the megafaunal extinction of elephants. The proboscideans which became extinct due to arrival of human species in the areas where they and their ancestors lived include mammoth in North America, Stegomastodon in South America, Cuvironius in America, Stegodon in Asia, Elephas pneumaticus in Eurasia, Elephas rachi in Africa, Mammuthus primigenius in North America and Eurasia, as well as endemic insular species on Cyprus, Sicily, Crete, and other Mediterranean islands of Japan, Philippines, Sulawesi, and other Indonesian islands and the islands off the coast of California. Here are some references. This was about the evolution of elephant. I'm sure you have gone through it. Thank you so much.